Hey, Eric Sider here, and today we're putting in a root barrier to keep the grass from encroaching on the garden. And the classic one from the designer's manual is comfrey, lemongrass, and canna lily. That's mostly for the wet tropics where the growth just doesn't stop. But here we got some pretty nasty Bermuda grass, even though it does dry off pretty significantly in the summer. We're gonna go put it in anyway because it'll also kind of provide a physical barrier, and hopefully we won't need a fence to keep good old Ozzy from running into the garden. But we don't have canna lily. We do have iris, which is a similar root structure. It's also a bulb plant, and I think it'll more or less do the job. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this is the iris that we're taking. So you can see it's, once it's fully grown out, it's a pretty substantial barrier. And here's our area we're going to be planting up. So we got the iris we got some lemongrass that's desperately needing to get planted out. This has been out of the ground for probably going on a month now, and it's kind of half dead, but I think it'll come back to life. And then we have this comfrey plant that's about a year old, so we should be able to get plenty of root cuttings out of that. More or less half-inch thick by 1 inch long is generally plenty of root that will grow a new plant, but I've had success with anything down to a 1/4 inch. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys the comfrey root cuttings. Now they're nowhere near as big as I thought they'd be. I was able to get 2 crown pieces, which is the very top, which those are going to grow back the fastest. And then you can see the varying thicknesses. You get about a 1/4 inch to 3/8, maybe 1/2 inch thick piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant them anyway. I've definitely had even things this big start growing, so we'll just see how we go. All right, so there we have it. Iris, bulb, lemongrass, clumping grass, and comfrey deep-rooted broadleaf plant. And you can see once this fills in, it's going to be quite a barrier physically and above ground and underground. Now down here it's quite shady, so these probably won't really grow that well, but we do have a palm tree here, which is probably, I'd say, right up there with bamboo. Is probably the ultimate root barrier of all time. So all right, so that's it. Pretty easy, and there's a lot of plants you can fill in for your climate. Now outside of the tropics, it becomes less and less critical for this technique, but definitely anywhere you got Bermuda type grasses and any other aggressive encroaching weeds, it's good to do. And also, you know, the iris is flowering plants, so that's going to help the pollinators, and comfrey is a great medicinal and green manure crop. And then lemongrass, well, who doesn't love lemongrass? So that's it. Pretty easy, pretty good technique, straight out of the designer's manual, basically Permaculture 101. All right, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.